Hello everyone, welcome to Peach on Earth Tarot. Today I'm going to be doing a reading for the sign of Aries. You can have Aries anywhere in your chart, you can be a cross watcher. All that I ask is that if you are here watching this reading, that you come with good intentions for yourself and for others. Okay, so Aries, normally I tend to get like songs and stuff or I'm called to get songs for each sign. Now this time I wasn't called to like go into my playlist or anything like that. They just gave me this lyric, and I'm not even gonna go into the song because I think it's just the message of the one lyric. It's not the actual song that you're supposed to be hearing. So, they gave me the message of free your mind and the rest will follow. And I know this message has come up before for someone, I'm not sure who, but it was probably a couple months ago or something. But anyway, so it's just that idea of, whatever is trapping you in your mind, once you take a moment to look at it and deal with it and free yourself from it, then it's like almost like that's the manifestation. Like whatever it is you're trying to manifest or whatever it is you want to manifest, once you look at what is troubling you, it's like the rest will follow. It's like freedom, will follow. But anyway, so we're going to go ahead and start with the Moonology Deck to kind of see what it is that you're needing to free your mind from. Yeah. What is it Aries needs to free themselves from here? Okay. I actually might pull out a witch's or literary witch's oracle with this. We'll see. Okay, what is it that Aries is needing to free themselves from? What is it that Aries needs to free? Oh, okay. Look at the bigger picture. Full moon in Sagittarius. Full moon in Sagittarius is coming up in June. Well, either like late May or June. Actually, you know what? I'm going to go ahead and look it up because it is coming up soon. So just one second. Okay, so it's on May 26th here in the United States. I'm not sure where it will be for all places, but around May 26th. And it's also the first eclipse of the year, which is interesting. So there's going to be something, I think, that is going to be released for you around that full moon, because full moons are all about release, and you had the free your mind, right? So it's like if you learn to, and it's almost like okay, here's what I'm hearing. It's like a limiting belief that you have about yourself. There's some reason why you don't think that you deserve the things that you want, the things that you daydream about. You feel like you're not worthy of those things, okay? But you actually are. And so it's like, look at the big picture. So you need to free yourself from those self-limiting beliefs and really allow yourself to daydream and say, and tell the universe, not just daydream about them, tell the universe that that is what you want. This is what I want. Don't worry about being disappointed. Don't worry about not being good enough. It's like imposter syndrome, right? Just think about what you want. Like truly, specifically what it is you want for yourself that you've always told yourself you don't deserve or you're not worthy of, okay? That's not realistic, right? Those are the words we often hear with our dreams. It's not realistic. Tell yourself it's realistic, okay? Look at the bigger picture. I don't know. Okay. Because, let's see, New Moon in Scorpio. Oh my gosh, look at what's on the bottom. Work through your fears. You definitely could be fearful of the whole it not panning out thing. Like you feel like you're setting yourself up for failure or disappointment, right? But it's okay. Like, no matter, I don't know how to word this really. I don't know. I'm gonna pull a literary witch card, but I took all of the authors out for some reason, and I only have the ones that have the pictures on them. I took all the authors out. So, what is it that Aries is holding? What area is Aries holding themselves back in? How are they holding themselves back? Or, okay, hang on. Since we are clarifying this, we're going to look at the bigger picture. What is the bigger picture? What is the bigger picture? The bigger picture for Aries. Bigger picture for Aries. Have one card, please. Okay. Now we have elixir on the bottom. That's interesting. And book. Oh. You know what the first thing they said to me was about this is like higher education. It's like almost like a self-limiting belief. Like I'm not a good student. I could never go to school, or to college or whatever. I could never continue education because I'm not a good student, or I don't have money. Now I'm getting two different messages with the elixir on the bottom. It's almost like you could be wanting to it's almost like a unconventional study. It doesn't have to necessarily be like college, but like learning. I'm getting like potions and stuff like that, learning about herbs and herbal remedies and whatnot, stuff like that. But then I'm also getting the message that you could be telling yourself you're not worthy about it if you have an addiction of some sort, like alcohol or drugs or whatever it is that you are addicted to. Like, you feel like it's holding you back from what you want out of life. Now, I mean, that could be very true, but with that free your mind, it's like maybe sobriety has been on your mind a lot lately. And I'm not shaming anyone for having addictions. We all have addictions, and our own things that we're working through. There's absolutely no shame whatsoever, and I'm not trying to tell you that you need to change or anything like that. If you want to, if you are feeling called to, I think some of you are being called to sobriety so that you can. It's almost like you want to free up that space, to free your mind. You want to free up the space in your mind where this toxic habit is. And when you do that, by freeing up the space, the rest will follow. It will free up space in your mind for healthier things, like knowledge and learning and accomplishing your goals. Yeah. Okay. Okay, so I'm being called to kind of pull these out here and show you this work through your fears in the elixir. I am really getting strongly that it's, and the new moon in Scorpio happens in around November, like late October or November. And I'm just being called, it's like, because there's a Scorpio here on this card, it's almost like whatever this is that's holding you back, it makes you defensive. It makes you, like, if you do feel like you have, I'm just using this as an example. If you do feel like you have like a drinking problem, right? And someone tries to just have a conversation with you, or even someone can be accusatory, right? Your first response to anyone talking to you about anything it's like always being defensive no matter what. And you almost wish that you could like take a magic potion to rid yourself of being defensive of these toxic habits that you have. But that's not reality. But you know, the magic elixir is just using your intuition, listening to yourself. Whatever it is you're being called to for a reason. And it's time, you just have to start listening to yourself. That's the magic elixir, is to listen to yourself. Listen to your responses to things and how you react to things. And, you know, I don't know if I'm making any sense, but the bigger picture, I think, is you are really, really, if you don't know what it is you want to learn yet, it's almost like the universe is like drawing you into it, drawing you into what it is you're supposed to be doing. I'm seeing this with the bow and arrow here because that's the Sagittarius symbol. But with the bow and arrow here, it's like the bow is cocked back and it's almost like that's you. The universe has been cocking you back, right? It's been like, but it can't hold you there forever. You know, it's like your arm would get tired. You can't hold yourself back forever. You have to let the universe like propel you forward to shoot you out towards your destiny, you know? Because it's like you're holding yourself back. I love that imagery of that bow and arrow. And look, it's like I'm being called to put it sideways so you can see like how the bow has the arrow pulled all the way back, and it's just like you have to let it release, and it's going to shoot you towards whatever it is that you're being called to do, whether you know what that is, whether you know what that is right now or not. Because it's like that for your mind, and the rest will follow. As soon as you stop holding yourself back, as soon as you let go of your self-limiting beliefs, you will propel forward faster than you know possible. And you know, not every day does it feel fast. Honestly, like some days it feels like you make no progress, and then other days you make a ton of progress. But when you look at your life a year ago, you know, like say you start this process on May 26th or whatever, this full moon in Sagittarius eclipse. So a year from now, you look back at your life and you can't believe that used to be your life because it's changed so much, okay? All right, let's start using some tarot here. We got the Ace of Wands on the bottom here. So we're going to start with the Vice Versa tarot. These cards, they have two sides, a front and a back, and it's almost like just different perspective of each picture. And then, so like the front side they refer to as this side, and the back side they refer to as that side. So that is probably how I will refer to it as well, if it comes up. But yeah, so, and it's almost like it gives you two different perspectives of how to look at things, right? Okay, what is the message for Aries, please? Message for Aries. Can't believe we're already at 14 minutes and I haven't pulled any tarot cards. That's all right. Okay. We're not on a time crunch. It's okay. Okay, what is the message for Aries? You're not on a time crunch. Give yourself a break, you know, like it's okay to cut yourself some slack every once in a while. It's not like you have to be on all the time. And I feel like you're really beating yourself up it's almost like you felt like if I could have done this however many years ago instead of wasting all this time doing these things that weren't healthy for me, I would be so much further in life, blah, 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 blah. Okay? That's not how it is. That's not how it goes. How it goes is we are where we're supposed to be. We are learning the lessons that we're supposed to be learning. There's a reason why, like, just use that alcohol as an example. There's a reason why you were relying on alcohol for so long, okay? And you were learning lessons. You probably hurt a lot of people. You probably hurt yourself a lot. You know, but there's lessons in those things. And, you know, honestly, it's like we have to forgive ourselves for our wrongdoings. Okay. So the way it came out is the Eight of Cups. This is the, oh gosh, hang on. This is that side, so it's the back side. Now, it's interesting because it's almost like, this is the message I'm getting with this card. It's almost like this is your inner child, okay? The wounding that caused you to do whatever, you know, toxic habit you were doing. It was a coping mechanism for the wounding that you received in your childhood. And I'm getting it strongly that it's an alcohol thing just because there's also cups here. And they're all dinged and broken, and it's just, and cups can represent like too much drinking and stuff like that. But so it's like your inner child is sitting here looking, and that's why you feel guilt, right? You feel guilt because you didn't let this person flourish. Because, you know, you were a kid. You were not equipped to know how to deal with things that were happening around you. Okay? And so you found a way to help you cope with the things that were going on around you and within you. But now it's like your inner child is calling you to like look at the situation and know that it's now time to save them. You know, it's now time to save them. And it's so interesting because we have this comet here happening. And to me, that's like almost like an epiphany or a spiritual message or a download. And we have the Eight of Wands on the bottom as well. And the Eight of Wands is about incoming information, and it's really, really fast. And I'm getting that information is here, this comet. And, oh, I said as well, but I hadn't showed you the other one yet. It's the Ten of Swords. So this is that kid. It's like every sword has been stabbed into it. It's just taken everything it can possibly take. You're at the end of your rope. The Ten of Swords is like ending painful cycles. It's turning the wheel. And so there's something that's coming in. It's a spiritual message, or something, you know, something triggers you to want to heal. Because on the other side, it's the adult. He's stood up and he's walking away from the issue. And it's almost like that download comes just like that. It's like wounded child to wanting to be the adult to help the wounded child. The wounded child is you, and you are also the adult. But it's your job now as the adult to go in, find that inner child and say, okay, I'm here. I'm going to help heal the situation. We're going to heal. And you're starting off, okay? You're starting off. So let's keep going. Because this is the beginning of the journey, so that we're going to see where you're headed. Gosh, hang on, I need a drink so bad. Water. You know, the way that came out of my mouth, oh my gosh. They just told me like it's like that's something like an alcoholic would say. I need a drink so bad. Like if you told yourself that, like when you got off of work, you're like, I can't wait to get home so I can have a drink or whatever. It's like, I need a drink so bad. That's weird that it came out that way because my mouth was so parched. I don't know. You might have to find another replacement for alcohol. Like, if that's your case, it's almost like you have to find another replacement for it. Like water or um, something. Just something different that isn't keeping you, oh, what is it? Like, just like with a fog over your eyes, you know? Now, it's interesting because as I stopped to get a drink, this Eight of Pentacles was up. Now, there's a lot of eights coming up. We saw the Eight of Wands earlier. Actually, the Eight of Wands, you can still see it. It's right there. That's so crazy. And the Eight of Cups, and now the Eight of Pentacles is coming up. And eights, you know, I think about that infinity symbol. It's like, I don't know. I really don't know what eights represent numerologically. I'm not like a numerologist or anything. So you might want to look that up. It could be important to you. But it's interesting here with this Eight of Pentacles, or you might have like a life path number of 8 or something like that. But with the Eight of Pentacles, this man, the way I see this picture, this man has built everything in this room. He built the room. He built the floor. He built the bench. He built the shoes, the pants, the shirt, the hammer, the nail, the child. You know, he created the child. But the child, to me, here in this situation is, it's that inner child of yours. It's sitting there watching you do the work, and it's like, it's skeptical at first. This child looks a little bit skeptical, but it's also taking it all in. And so it's like, okay, they're going to do the work. Because maybe you've started and stopped a lot of times. So at the beginning, it will be skeptical. It's like, am I actually going to commit this time? Are you, like, if this is your inner child talking, it's like, are you actually going to commit this time? And the answer is yes. Even if you start and stop again, the answer is still yes. You know that, right? Like, if you're called to do something, you're going to do it. It just, you have to start and stop as many times as you need to. And I'm not trying to enable you at all. It's just, that's how it is. It's okay to fail sometimes. It's okay. You have to forgive yourself for it. Okay, let's see. Don't be skeptical of yourself. You have the capacity. You want it bad enough that you will eventually succeed. I promise. I promise. If not in this lifetime, another lifetime. But I feel like this is this lifetime. Like, you are, it's time for you to tell yourself what it is you want, what it is you deserve, truthfully, because we often tell ourselves we don't deserve the things that we want, but we do. What we want equals what we deserve. Okay? And okay, hang on. Can I have a couple more cards for Aries, please? We are already at 23 minutes. Maybe I'm not supposed to get any more cards. It's just all the eights. Oh my gosh, they just told me to get all the eights out. Because they tell a story for you. Okay. All right, hang on. Let me find all the eights. I'm going to pause it and find the eights. Okay, this is so beautiful, actually, you guys. Okay. So I found the Eight of Swords first, and then, well, I guess this one technically came out first. But I don't think it's, I think it's supposed to be like that. Okay. Because I was even called to get the Major Arcana, that's 8 out as well. This is not centered for you guys, I'm sorry. Okay. Now, this is beautiful because the Eight of Swords is about being stuck. But having the option of freedom, you know, because she has all these swords around her, but she doesn't, she's blindfolded. So supposedly she doesn't know that these paths to freedom are around her, right? She could easily like cut off this rope if she just scooted one way or the other and moved up and down a little bit, right? But here's the thing about these swords is they weren't there when she sat down. Okay, she sat down. She had to have, if she already had the blindfold on before the swords came, she could feel and sense things moving around her. Things would make noise, gusts of wind and whatnot when people were in, like, it makes sound putting a sword into the ground. Like, so she would know that these paths to freedom are around her, but she doesn't have the courage to take the blindfold off yet. Okay, that's where you've been. I really feel like that's where you've been. You kind of like keep being called to do things and maybe even starting and stopping. Because it's like as soon as you get a peek of what's outside of the blindfold, you're just like, that's scary. And you kind of like just put the blindfold back on, something like that. Okay, but this is what's happening now is you're getting this message that's flipping this card, right? This card started this way. You're getting this download, this message, and it's flipping it over, okay? It's allowing you to finally put something behind you. I truly, truly believe that. And it's almost like this person is this person. It's like this person's walking away from this wounding, and they know it's going to be a lot of hard work. They really know it's going to be a lot of hard work, but they put their head down and they get to work anyway. They started from scratch, and now look where they are, right? Like I said before, this man has built everything from scratch. He has built everything in this room. He probably even planted the tree. Now, trees take forever to grow, and a tree doesn't grow in a man's lifetime to this size. But what I'm getting is like, it's like a past lives thing where it's like even seeds have been planted before you can remember them by you in your past lives, by your ancestors and stuff like that. And so, but he has helped nourish the trees, help, blah, blah, blah. And he has put these pentacles in the tree and let the tree grow around them. It's almost like to help sturdy the thought and the idea and the process that he's going through. It stabilizes it. And so even though you're starting from this point, you have to trust in yourself that this is a possibility. That if you put your head down and you work towards your goal, your life will change. Period. Your life will change. And now the message that I'm getting from the strength card here is this is the beast, and this is almost like that inner child that I was talking about. And it even looks like a similar person to this Eight of Swords over here. And so it's that inner child kind of, and you've let them grow up. You've let them age and become a part of you as an adult. And because they're not wounded anymore, they don't need to be stuck in the past anymore. They can move on. They can move forward with you. And so it's almost like this is that inner child all grown up, and it's tamed the beast. You have successfully tamed the beast within you. Okay, Aries, I'm going to finish your reading here. I hope this was helpful. If it was, you can like, comment, share, subscribe. I thank any of you for being present today, any of your guides that were present, any of my guides that were present. From the bottom of my heart, thank you so much, and I'll see you soon. Bye.